Hello, my name is David J. Coon from Qigong Awareness. Welcome to this moment, whatever this moment happens to be for you, whether it's morning, whether it's afternoon, whether it's evening, that you get a chance to watch this video. I want to take you through a short Qigong routine that will help you gain greater mental clarity. If you're interested, if that sounds good to you, I'm going to take you through a practice right now. Please push back your computer, move some stuff in your room. You just need a little bit of space and practice with me for 5 minutes or so. We might go a little longer than 5 minutes, but I'm going to take you through this routine, roughly 5 to 10 minutes. And at the end, I want you to notice how much greater and how much clearer your mind is, how much greater your energy is, and how much clearer your mind is. Okay, so here we go. Let's start. So I'm going to have you go ahead and begin by just standing with your legs relatively straight. Your knees are slightly bent. You're going to go ahead and take both your hands. You're going to place them just below your navel center. This area in traditional Chinese medicine practice, about 1.5 inches below the navel center, is referred to as the lower dantien. In Japanese martial arts, it is referred to as the hara. H-A-R-A, the R is pronounced like a D. It is a source of great power in the body. When our mind and our thoughts and so on, we're getting too much up in our head and our energy is coming up in our head, not only can we end up with things like high blood pressure, but we also end up with a lack of mental clarity. We feel lost, we feel disoriented, and so on. So what we're going to do is we're going to begin from the basement in this first exercise, and we're going to work our way up, the basement being this lower dantien, this hara, and we're going to put both hands just below the navel center and go ahead and hold. We're going to begin a breath straight away. We're going to begin this breath. This breath is called breath of fire. It is going to go in and out through your nose. So you're going to be breathing in through your nose. You want your belly to come up and down. So it's going to look like this slowly at first. So rather than up here to the lungs, you don't want to do that. You just want this. And it's going to go in, out, in, out, in, out. It's a little weird. It takes a little bit to get used to, but I promise you, it is well worth the effort. So hands are going to be held here, lower dantien. We're going to go in and out through the nose. To begin with, the breath will be slow. It'll just be in, out, in, out, in, out. So I'm going to do it at that pace. So to begin with, it's just in, out through the nose. When you get a little better at this, it will become a little more rapid. So for those of you who practiced with me for a little while, we're going to do that a little more rapid. If you're just beginning with this, you just do it at whatever pace is comfortable for you. But here we go with breath of fire. In, out, in, out, in, out. In and out through the nose. Belly going up and down. And then a nice regular inhale. Breath of fire is like a pump down here. It's like there's a pump going here. Pump, 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 pump. It's stoking the fire and it's causing the fire to rise like this. So after a minute or two of breathing breath of fire there, below the lower dantien, we're going to move the hands right on top of the navel center, and the breath of fire is going to continue again. It goes like this, in and out through the nose. Regular deep breath in, out. You're now going to move the hands to the solar plexus, the upper solar plexus. If any time you get lightheaded or feel dizzy when you're doing this practice, feel free to go ahead and sit down. If you're not used to this kind of breath and you're not used to this kind of chi flow to begin with, it can make you feel a little lightheaded. If you have like high blood pressure, it can make you feel a little lightheaded. So you may want to practice just sitting in a chair rather than standing, and that'll definitely take the edge off. It will make it easier for you. If you can do this practice though, I'd definitely rather have you stand, because it's going to absolutely increase the chi flow, which is going to eventually lead us in this exercise to a greater mental clarity. So you want as much energy movement as you can get. So if possible, stay standing, hands on the solar plexus. Here we go, breath of fire. Inhale. If you get a yawn, you get an exhale, that's actually fantastic. It's actually starting to readjust the chi flow and the cerebral spinal fluid that I have going up and down through my spine. That takes some wisdom to know that that's what that's doing. But if you feel any changing in your throat, you feel that pressure in the ears, you can feel that shift in your nose and your throat, which for some of you will take some time to get that much of a chi flow, to get that moving. But when you get that moving, I don't have time to explain to you in this mini webinar, in this mini exercise session, how incredibly powerful and potent it is to have that stuff open up. But let's just say that the thyroid gland alone reaches down into every single one of the cells in your body, every one of them, all the way down to the DNA, and it literally tells them to come back to life when this stuff starts to get turned on. Only two types of hormone, life and death hormone. We're working with life hormone today. It's also called anti-aging hormone. So, or youth elixir. We're going to go ahead and place the hand now on the heart center. Boom, two hands here. Once you learn this exercise later, you won't have to go through and watch me do it like this and explain it to you so slowly. You'll be able to move through it rapidly and practice it on your own, and you'll be able to beat, 2-3 minutes, 5 minutes, boom, you're done. You do this practice. I want you to be able to carry this practice with you wherever you go. That's my intention for you, because Qigong, in the beginning and in the end, for me, is a lifestyle. Inhale, exhale, through the nose, breath of fire to the heart center. Inhale, exhale. You can hear how it's messing with my voice a little bit, messing with my voice box. What you can't see or notice, it's giving me a little bit of almost like indigestion. I can feel like stuff moving up this way into my throat, up into my esophagus. That's because this area is getting heated up and the chi's moving and the chi's rising. It's creating heat. And initially, for some of you, that will cause an initial indigestion. But that indigestion is just your digestion trying to catch up with itself. It's trying to move. So just keep working through that. We're going to move the hands up higher now to just touching the throat area. For those of you who have this level of awareness and this level of understanding, we're moving up the chakra ladder. Root chakra being in the lower crotch area, the associated with the hara, the lower dantien, and then the navel center being the second chakra, the third chakra in the solar plexus, the fourth chakra in the heart center, the fifth in the throat, the sixth will be in the third eye, and the seventh on the crown. We're working through that chakra ladder, okay? So holding the throat now, inhale, exhale through the nose, breath of fire. Inhale, exhale. One more time, breath of fire, same chakra. Inhale, exhale. If you start to feel dizzy or lightheaded, please sit down. Stop the exercise if you need to, okay? Otherwise, hold the forehead here. Keep holding the forehead. I'm just gonna give a quick time check on my computer here. We're doing good. Here we go. Holding the forehead. Inhale, exhale through the nose. Remember, this area is doing this. It's trying to go up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. You're trying to generate heat down here. That heat is going to create a steam that moves up through here, and it is going to clear your head. It's going to be a slow moving, steaming volcano, and then we're going to ground it, okay, at the end. To begin with, this may sound as you get better at it, you want to make it more rapid, you want to create more fire, you can do that. It's going to burn through more stuff, it's going to burn through it more quickly. Sounds like this. Inhale, exhale. Gonna move the hands. Gonna light hold on the head. Okay, just a light holding on the head. Again, if you start to feel dizzy, lightheaded at all, please take care of yourself. Qigong awareness, nor myself, can be responsible for any injury that you experience during this practice. And it is possible, depending on what kind of health condition you have, that you can pass out during this practice. So if ever you feel lightheaded, you need to sit down and stop the practice. Otherwise, let's keep going. Inhale, exhale through the nose. Just trying to isolate my belly. I have a kind of small belly, but if you have a little bit bigger belly, you may be able to see. This should be going in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, okay? Inhale, exhale. So initially, we were working up to the chakra ladder. We went 1 down here, we went 2, we went 3, we went 4, we went 5. I kind of skipped over the 6th. I went to the 7th. Sometimes we can go, well, actually, we did 6. This is our 6th here. I'm also going to hit the 6th coming back down the other side. So when I'm doing the 7th here and I'm holding the 7th and I'm doing breath of fire in and out, and bear with me because I'm high on chi right now, so I'm having a hard time using my words, but when you are breathing in and out here and you're holding the head, you've come up this ladder, you can also hit the 6th chakra on the way back down. So I like to do this sometimes, so just hold the back of the head here, which is also a key area where the spinal cord and the brain come together. And so right here, we're gonna inhale, exhale through the nose again, one more time with the breath of fire. Inhale, exhale. If you're getting really hot, it's working. If you start to feel like almost like uncomfortable down here, like in your lower belly, like it's kind of tense and so on, and you're also getting really hot, those are all really good signs. You're doing what it is you need to be doing. It's a perfect practice. Go ahead and bring your hands back down below the navel center. When you bring your hands back down there, if you are realizing, wow, my hands are really hot, like my hands are melting through my shirt right now, you are building and developing what is called Qi. From these simple exercises, you can sometimes get as hot as you would as if you were going and working out and doing a full hour of aerobics class, and you're sweating and the sweat's coming off of you. You can literally get into these Qigong practices, and if it's really concentrated and something is being rubbed up against, there's a lot of friction against whatever you're trying to work through, your energy, the energy you're trying to work through that's causing you the mental confusion or whatever it is. If you're pushing up against that and there's like a real push with it, you're gonna get a lot of friction, you're gonna get a lot of heat, and you can literally just, you'll be drenched. You'll do a practice like this and you can be drenched. Some of you are gonna have the exact opposite experience, okay? Keep holding this lower center while we're talking, okay? Keep practicing. You're not doing breath of fire right now, you're just letting the breath be what it is, but you're holding the lower dantien to conclude our exercise. We went all the way around, coming back to this position, okay? So we went up the ladder, came back down, and now here we are back to the lower dantien, okay? So when you're practicing this practice and you're moving through that energy, some of you will have the opposite experience. You'll just be cold. Your hands will be cold, your body will be cold. You need Qigong even more than the person who felt the heat. The person who feels the heat, they may need Qigong as well, because they're trying to heal something, they're trying to conquer something, they're trying to move through something. But you yourself, if you are not experiencing the heat, you need Qigong even more than the person who feels the heat. So if you want to practice the practice and continue the practice, and it seems to make sense to you, it's something you're going to do. There are many things out there in your life that are good for you, but it's about whether you're going to do them or not. So if you actually think you're going to do Qigong, there's no question in my mind or in millions of people's minds as to whether Qigong works or not, or whether it's effective. It's just a matter of whether you're going to do it. So if it's a practice you think you're going to do and you want to commit to a little bit, then put some time and some energy and some effort into it, and you'll start to develop heat in your hands. You'll start to develop heat in your body. And in this case, not necessarily menopause, not necessarily in certain conditions related to Chinese medicine associated with heat, but in general, I'm going to say to you that the true heat in the body that we're working with equates to your health and your vitality. Without it, your life force is very weak. So the whole exercise then started here where we're finishing. That's just to ground you. You can shake that off now, okay? Practice is over. That practice session is over. So just to reiterate what we did, and hopefully, first of all, let's say hopefully you have some greater mental clarity from what it was that we just went through, okay? And if you need to practice that exercise a little bit longer, you need to practice it with me a few times to get the flow of it. But then the whole idea is that you go off and practice it by yourself. A few minutes, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, breath of fire to the lower dantien, just below the navel center. Then 2-3 minutes, breath of fire to the navel center itself. Then breath of fire in and out through the nose to the upper solar plexus, then to the heart, then touching the throat, then the third eye, then the crown. The way I showed it to you is on the way back down. You hit the sixth chakra again by going to the back of the head here. Then we're going to bring our hands back to the front, hold the lower dantien, breath of fire ceases, and you're just going to hold that area. If possible, best meditation, best case scenario, you're going to close your eyes at the end of that practice, and you're going to spend up to, say, 2 to 3 minutes in a short meditation, very short meditation, 2 to 3 minutes, at least 1 minute, hopefully, of just closed eyes, checking back in with your energy, checking back in with your level of mental clarity, and this gives you a chance to start slowing your life down. Slow it down from the inside, because trying to slow it down from the outside doesn't always work. I'm David J. Coon with Qigong Awareness. I hope you enjoyed this video. I highly recommend, if you haven't tried some of our other practices, we have some very inexpensive videos that you can practice that I think are worth their weight in gold. And they are on our online website, on our store at qigongawareness.com. And the stress reduction video is a great video where you can see more exercises just like this. If you have that video, the energy video, Qigong for energy gathering, is also a great practice. It's about a 20-25 minute practice to gather more energy for yourself. Again, thanks so much. I hope that you learn this. I hope you learn it well and you're able to put it in your back pocket and make it your own. Thanks so much. Have a great day.